Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you are doing well. So today's lesson is devoted mainly and mostly for baccalaureate students. So today's lesson, as you can see, we are going to talk about collocations. So collocations are very important as a vocabulary lesson, So it is very important for you to develop your vocabulary as a baccalaureate student or for all English learners in general, okay? So for baccalaureate students, in every unit in the textbook, we study some examples of collocations. In every unit. In unit 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth, we study some examples of collocations because, as I said, collocations are very important for vocabulary, okay, to develop your vocabulary. Now, in general, the first thing you have to know is that when we talk about collocations, what is a collocation? Now, a collocation is very simply two words. So the first thing you have to know is that it is two words. Now, if you take the word, for example, or the verb study, for instance, the verb study, okay, this is one word, So for sure, when you say study, you can add another word that goes with study. For example, you can say study English, okay, study English. Now, study English, as you can see here, it is one word, two word. Okay, so here we have two words. So study English can be considered as a collocation. Okay, study English, play sport, play soccer. This is what we mean by a collocation. So collocation or collocations are two words that go together. So when we learn collocations, it becomes easier for us to speak or make sentences, okay? To make sentences, all right? So study English is an example of a collocation because here we have two words, okay? Study English, all right? We can also say learn English. This is another collocation with the word English. Learn English. We can also say speak English. This is another collocation, again with the word English, all right? Now, today we are going to see two general types of collocations. Now here, if you look at this collocation, study English, study, it is a verb, and English, it is a noun. This is the most common type of collocations in English. Verb plus a noun, okay? So the first type of collocations we can talk about is what we call the verb plus a noun, all right? So this is the first type of collocations, We can talk about another type of collocation, which is very simply the adjective plus a noun, all right? Adjective plus a noun. These are the two general and the most common types of collocations in English. Number one, verb plus noun, and number two, adjective plus noun. If you go again to this example, we have verb plus noun. This is an example of verb plus noun, okay? So we can write it here, study English. I have already given you learn English, for instance, or speak English. This is just a very easy example to know what a collocation is. Now, for example, in the baccalaureate program, you study some other collocations, verb plus noun. For instance, you can say solve, okay? Solve problems. Okay, solve problems. This is solve, a verb, and the noun problems. We can say take, for example, take, this is a verb, take note, for instance. Take note. This is another collocation. Take note. We can talk about other collocation or other collocations, like, for example, make decision. Make decision. All right, this is another collocation. Again, verb plus a noun. Verb plus a noun. All right. So again, we can talk about other, for instance, collocation verb plus noun. We can say study abroad. Study abroad. All right. Study abroad. Study, it is a noun. A verb, and abroad, it is a noun. All right, so here we have some examples of collocations with verb plus noun. So if you just look at this is a verb, this is a noun, this is a verb again, verb, 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 and these are all nouns, okay, all nouns. So this is the first type of collocations. You can think about other kinds of collocations with verb plus noun, and you complete the list, okay? You complete the list. If we go to adjective plus noun, again, we will have two words, but one is adjective and the other one is a noun. The first one adjective and the second one is a noun. We can say, for example, we can take in the baccalaureate program, we can say creative person. Creative person. Now, if you look at this collocation, this is adjective, creative, it is adjective, and the person is a noun. This is to describe the person, to describe the noun. Creative person. For instance, we can say powerful woman. This is adjective, and this is a noun, all right? Powerful woman. We can talk about gifted student, for instance. Gifted student. Now here we have the word gifted, all right? This is adjective, okay? All right, and this is a noun, all right? We can go to unit, for example, number 3, education, and we talk about, for instance, higher education, for instance, higher education. We can talk about private school or private schools, okay, private schools. We can also talk about, in the gift of youth, we can talk about critical, or even in education, in the unit of education, we can talk about another collocation, like, for instance, critical thinking. We can talk also about something like social problems, for instance, okay, social problems. We can talk about clean environment, again, clean environment, etc. So these are only, I'm just giving you some examples, only some examples of collocations with, as you can see, adjectives, nouns, adjectives. So all these ones are adjectives, okay? So creative, powerful, gifted, higher, private, critical, and social, all these are examples of, or all these are adjectives and nouns, adjective, noun, all right? Here again, this part, we have what? We have verb plus noun. So these are the two general types of collocations we have in English. So you can complete the list. You can complete the list from your own. And here again, you can complete this list from your own. I've just given you some examples. Now, for you as a student or as a baccalaureate student or anyone who is going to sit for a test, now what is the importance of this collocations in the national baccalaureate exam or for exams in general? What is the importance? It's very important for one particular reason, is to complete the sentences, okay? To complete the sentences. All right, now today we are going to see how collocations can help you complete sentences when you are asked, for example, in national exam or in test, to complete sentences, okay? To complete sentences. Now, for completing sentences, there are two types for completing sentences, to complete sentence. Number one, is to complete sentence with collocations. So I give you a sentence and you complete with a collocation, or you are asked to complete the sentences with one word. Okay, now we are going to see the two. For example, number one, you complete with a collocation. For instance, we can say he intend to after baccalaureate. Now here what do we have to do? We have to complete here with a collocation, with two words, okay, with two words, either adjective noun or verb noun according to the sentence, okay, to the sentence. All right, now here what you have to keep in mind is that in the sentence we have some words that can help you know the collocation. For example, here we have after baccalaureate. Now after baccalaureate has to do with studying, so very simply, and here we have, look, and here we have to. So this means that after this we will have what? We will have to plus verb. So verb plus a noun. Okay, why? Because this is to plus a verb. So he intend to, so we need verb plus noun. He intend to, so as I said, after baccalaureate, this is something to do with studying. So for sure, to study abroad. So he intend to study abroad after baccalaureate, okay? He intend to study abroad. So we can say to study abroad, okay? After baccalaureate, he intends to study abroad after baccalaureate. So here we have to study. So here we completed with the collocation. So as I said, in the sentence we have some words or expression that helps us know the collocation. For example, here we have after baccalaureate. So after baccalaureate has to do with studying. So for sure, to study abroad, verb plus noun. This is number one. Another example or another way of completing a sentence is to complete with one word, okay? To complete with one word, all right? So for instance, we can take another example, this one. So here we have to complete with one word, okay? With one word, right? So I note when I'm listening to the teacher. So here we have to complete with one word, all right? One word. But here we have notes. We have notes. So do we have any collocation or any word that goes with note to make a collocation? Do we have it? For sure, yes, we have. Let's see, verb, take notes. Take notes. Here is note, okay? Notes, take notes. So I take notes. I take notes when I'm listening to the teacher. Now here, as you can see, the word we complete with is part of the collocation. So the collocation, if you know take notes, it becomes easier for you to complete the sentence, okay? Because here you are given part of the collocation. Part, note, take note, okay? Take note. So collocations are important to complete the sentences. We can take another one. We can take another example. Students who go to schools pay money. Now here we have the blank. This is a blank. And here we have schools. Okay, schools. So there must be a collocation like this. Okay. So here we are given part one, part of the collocation. So we need to complete this collocation. Students who go to schools pay money. So do we have any collocation with schools? For sure we have. Let's check here. Okay, let's check. So here we don't have any schools. Okay, so here we have schools. We have private schools. Private schools. Now again we have another one, pay money. Pay money has something to do with private, okay? Something which is private, you pay money to access that, okay? So this is the collocation, private schools, all right? Private schools, okay? So here we are given part number one. We are given the schools. Here is the schools. So we have to complete only with private because we have part number 2 of the collocation. So very simply here we can say private schools. Okay, students who go to private schools pay money. All right, so as you can see, for you as a baccalaureate student or any learners or anyone who is going to take tests or exams with collocations, you might be asked to complete the sentences either with a collocation with a full collocation, like here, he intends to study abroad after baccalaureate, or to complete with one word, as you can see here, and this word can be part of the collocation, like here, take note, private lesson. So the words here, the words we are given is part of, are part of the collocations we have to make, okay? I take note, private schools, okay? Private schools. So I hope you find this easy to understand. If you have any question or suggestion, don't hesitate to let me know. See you in another episode with another lesson. Have a good time and goodbye.